Oh, hello, buddy. This is Jabik here, and welcome to That Comic Show episode 6. Yes, it has been 6 weeks now since I started this weekly show, That Comic Show, and yes, today is Wednesday. I'm actually uploading it on Wednesday this week. This is the first time this show has been uploaded on Wednesday since the first week. This show originally started as a weekly show that would air on Wednesdays, but it is now a weekly show that will air on either Wednesdays and Thursdays. The reason why it has been on Thursdays so often is because I usually end up planning out the episode on Wednesday, and then I don't have time to record because I can't think. I've had trouble thinking up with something, but when I'm put under pressure with it, like on Wednesday, I think of stuff more. But I told myself last week on video that in the next 2 weeks, because before Christmas, I'm gonna do an episode on Wednesday, and I wanted to do it this week. So yeah, really excited. And I'm excited for this. Also, this is day 4 of the 12 days of comics. And I also want to mention quickly, there are going to be 2 parts to this episode of That Comic Show, which of course is episode 6. I can't believe I've been doing this for 6 weeks now. There will be 2 parts. At some point I do want to make the episodes longer, or at least get like 3 parts out of them. But like just lately I've been really busy. Naturally, like 2 parts might be like the most you guys are going to get from me. Maybe it's just good that way. Have 2 segments a week. This is always the guaranteed a segment which I'm actually gonna just move on to that now. Because the first part of 2, the first half of this episode of That Comic Show, I'm gonna be talking about what I'm gonna be doing the weekly segment, what I'm reading, and recommendations of the week. So yeah, I don't know, I might only do 1 recommendation of the week so far, but if you don't know what I do in this segment, I show you guys the books I've read over the past week, and then I show you what I want to read, what's in my reading bag, which I would like to read them all in the next week, but I doubt I'm going to, because there's some left over. I actually read a lot of books this week. If you can see, I had 15 books in my bag, and just today I read two comics today. So I've been reading a lot this week. So I had 4 books left, and I think I started with 15. So I read a lot this week. Plus I read some books that weren't in my reading bag, because the videos I did recap and review, the comics I did recap and review videos on, I had to reread those books before I did those videos, which they're in this pile. So yeah. Anyway, let's get started though. First off, the only single issue that I showed off last week that I had in my reading bag that I read was Firestorm, because it looked really cool and I wanted to give it a try. So I read Firestorm issue number 8. It was pretty good. It's pretty good. If I can find more issues, I might get more issues, but I'm not gonna go out of my way to get it. I read the rest of the Iron Man books I had left to read. The rest of the classic books I have to read as of right now. So I read Iron Man issue number 240, not in the best shape because of the corner down here. I read Iron Man issue number 248. These were all pretty good issues, too. I really enjoy these old Iron Mans from late 80s, early 90s. Then Iron Man issue number 265 is the last one. Like I said, all good issues. My favorite was probably, at least out of these 3, my favorite was probably Iron Man issue number 248. Pretty good story in this one. So, yeah. And actually, 240 and 248 kind of tied together a little bit, with just by one character. I wanted to pre-record for tomorrow, but I don't think I'm going to be able to, because I'm just basically right now I'm basically at any point going to get interrupted, so that's why I'm trying to be quick with this. I at least want to finish this part before I get interrupted, but I need to make my other part of of That Comic Show tonight. I need to do part 2 tonight also. Here are the 3 books that I reread this week to do a recap and reviews on. I read Punisher issue number 1, The Ultimates number 1, and The Uncanny Avengers number 1. So yeah, nothing real special there. I've had these books I've had 2 of these books for a long time now, and The Punisher I've had for 2 or 3 months now, so yeah, or Punisher. Then I only get to read one issue of Punisher this week to where I'm currently at in this series. I only read Punisher issue number 8, but I had 9 and 10 also in the bag, so I wanted to finish the second arc over this past week, but I decided to read a lot of this series this week. I wanted to focus on Star Wars books this week because I feel like I haven't focused on Star Wars books in a long time. So I just decided to read a ton of Star Wars Empire books, which by a ton I mean I read 5 Star Wars Empire issues this week. I read Star Wars they're out of order. I read Star Wars Empire issue number 20, read Star Wars Empire issue number 21. I read Star Wars Empire issue number 22. I read Star Wars Empire, and these last two I just read today. I read Star Wars Empire issue number 23 and issue number 24. And before I move on here to show you what I want to read in the next week, or I mean to show you the books I want to read soon, to show you what's in my reading bag, I'm going to give my recommendation of the week. And for my recommendation of the week, I would like to pick out of books I have read over the past week. And okay, I'm gonna give 2 recommendations. I don't think I've given a recommendation for this book before, but maybe I have, but I'm gonna do it again anyway, even if I have. And this is my main recommendation I wanted to do anyway, but it is Punisher number 1. I recommend you read just this issue. I'm gonna recommend, and if you like a continued series, I recommend like the whole series I've read so far, but try issue 1. And that's what I recommend for the first one. And the second book I recommend, and the main book I recommend this week, out of all the issues I read this week, this one stuck out to me, and I just read this today. This was a really good issue of Star Wars Empire, and it was Star Wars Empire issue number 23. I really enjoyed this issue, with a twist I saw coming from a mile away, but I still enjoyed it, so yeah. And some awesome characters in this story, and it was characters that we didn't know up till now, so we would just introduce these characters and they were awesome, so yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna show you guys the books in my reading bag, the books to read hopefully over the next week, but I doubt I'm gonna get to read them all, because there are 17 books in my reading bag. I'm not gonna be able to read 17 books in a week, but I would like to read at least 7, and some of these books you would have seen before, because there's 4 books, like I already said, in this bag from last week, which are the first 4. No, they're not the first 4 books, but I'll tell you. These first 2 books were in this bag last week, which was Captain America number 280 and Fantastic Four number 296. You guys already saw those. I didn't get a chance to read those, or didn't feel the need to read them as quickly as some of the other books. But I added the only 3 issues I have of this series into the bag to see if I can just finish these off and get them out of the way, because I'm not really that excited to read these. Somebody in my family actually just a lot of these books that are unbagged were just randomly picked up by somebody in my family. I'm not gonna tell you who, and they gave them to me. So I was like, oh yeah, they were cheap and whatever. So I'll read them and see how they are, but I'm not all too excited. It's the All-Star Squadron issue number 16. I know this wasn't really that popular of a series too. The All-Star Squadron issue number 33. I think this might be like a first volume of All-Star Squadron, since it says D. This might be a second volume, but I can't remember. So All-Star Squadron issue number 33 and All-Star Squadron issue number 37. I think these might be 2 different volumes, but I could be wrong. They could just be 1 volume. Either way, whatever. Then I have added, these first 2 Punisher books were in my bag since last week, because they're the last 2 of the second arc, which is Punisher number 9 and Punisher number 10. These are my first priority to read this week, actually. So hopefully tomorrow I'll get to read at least one of these, if not both of them, because I might only want to read one and then read something else. So yeah, I should be hopefully able to read at least 2 comics tomorrow though. And then the rest of these books in here are Star Wars Empire books, because I really want to get some Star Wars books read. Actually, are they? No, they're not. I'm stupid. Sorry. No. Okay, I'm going to show you guys the Star Wars Empire. No, I'll show you guys these first, because just to go with the Punisher theme. I added the rest of the Punisher books that I have as of right now from this series. I have the first 16 issues of the series, so I just added the last 6 issues in. Yeah, I decided to add the last 6 issues in, and actually, there's 18 issues. There's 18 comics in this bag. I think I counted it wrong because I counted for 5 instead of 6 Punisher issues that I added. Because 5 to 5. Wait, okay, 5 plus 2, 7. 6, okay, yep, 13. And then 5. So yeah, 18. I have 18 comics in my reading bag. So yeah, I messed up, but whatever. I have Punisher issue number 11. The first appearance of Frankencastle, or at least his first issue as Frankencastle, I'm pretty sure. Then we have Punisher issue number 12. It says up there. Nice, probably the nicest Frankencastle cover that I have right now. Punisher issue number 13. Kind of a shitty cover. I like actually number 11. Number 11 and 12 are good covers. Another kind of shitty cover, but not too bad. Number 14, Punisher. Apparently goes downhill when he turns into Frankencastle. Like, the story's kind of stupid, but whatever. Actually, another pretty cool cover here. Punisher number 15. I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to give it a good try. And if I like it, I'll continue it. If I don't, then I'll probably still continue it, but just not as quickly. And then Punisher issue number 16. Another not that bad cover. Yeah, it doesn't seem that it's gonna be that bad. Hopefully, I trust Rick Remender, but I might lose that trust when I read this. But hopefully I enjoy it. It seems like it's gonna go into some more supernatural elements with the series, which I'm not sure if I'm gonna enjoy or not. But yeah. And then now all the rest of these books are Star Wars Empire issues, and I grabbed 5 more. I am actually missing an issue in between the second last one and the last one, which I'll talk about in a second. But I got Star Wars Empire issue number 26. Red Squadron is caught on the ground. Luke Skywalker, Jedi pilot target. Star Wars Empire issue number 27. A clone trooper and Luke Skywalker. Nice cover. I really like that cover. I like actually all these Star Wars Empire covers. This series is really good covers. Star Wars Empire issue number 28. Boba Fett. Need we say more? Ghost ship. No, no. That's good enough. Then Star Wars Empire issue number 29. In the shadows of their fathers. Part 1 of 5. It's the first part of a 5-part storyline. Another last stand on Jabin. And then the last Star Wars Empire issue, Star Wars Empire issue number 31. I am missing Star Wars Empire number 30 as of right now, so there's a skip there, the 31. Darth Vader, Imperial Diplomat, Speak Softly, Carry a Lightsaber. I almost just added these 4 Star Wars Empire issues and didn't add 5 just because there's the gap, but I decided to just add the 5th one because I like this cover. I like this Darth Vader cover, and I'm sure I won't read all of these Star Wars issues this week because I'm probably going to tone it down a little. Then again, I might continue my trend of trying to read quite a few Star Wars books, so yeah. It would be kind of cool, actually, to be able to finish Star Wars Empire either before or, like, right around Christmas, so maybe right after, but yeah. I could probably finish it before if I wanted to, but whatever. And actually, what I might start doing if I really want to read stuff from one series, I might just read stuff that's not in my reading bag, but at the same time, I kind of want to stick to books in my reading bag. Actually, no, I don't think I will go out of my reading bag. If I just start reading a lot, then maybe next week I'll, like, add quite a few books. Or unless I read all these books somehow, then I'll update you guys and say I just was crazy this week. But yeah, anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this first part of That Comic Show, episode 6, please leave a like, subscribe, comment, and even share if you would like to. Check out my Twitter, RJEpic1. Anyway, guys, stay tuned for the second part. I'm going to have a top 10 list of my top 10 series from all new or different Marvel/Marvel Now 2.0 that I want to try. And anyway, guys, I'll see you all later, and peace out.